Adrianne. I'm here to tell you today that wait, let me start over. Yeah. My voice is cracking. Hold on. And I don't want to say I'm here to tell you. Wait. Let me see. Yeah, right. Hi, my name is Adrianne, and I have let me start over, because I'm going to think. You're making me nervous, Nina. You're staring at me. Hi, my name is Adrianne, and I'm a patient. I meant to say something else. Hold on. I keep repeating it. Hold on. My name is Adrianne. This is terrible. And now I know how the actors feels like.
Adrianne, all
I know. I need to think my story.
Your own cutting or your own rewrites.
Sorry.
All I want you to do is
just say my story. Let me get to the point.
Tell her about your experience. And I just want you to talk to her. Don't worry about any hems, haws, pausing, awkwardness.
I got you.
It makes you a human being.
I got you.
We want human beings to tell the story.
Okay.
So don't worry about that, all right?
Hi, my name is Adrianne, and I have been a patient of it's IVFMD. I'm an old-time patient of IVFMD for about 22 years ago now. I had my son here first through infertility. I'm losing my words. Oh, sorry.
Through
IVF? Through IVF. My son, I had him through insemination with the help of Dr. Iserman. And my husband and I struggled for about 5 years to have children. And, like everybody, you think it's just normal, and you go through the process till you realize there's a problem. And as soon as I came to IVFMD, recommended through my family member, again, 22 years ago, I met Dr. Iserman, and he just made me feel completely at ease. Like I knew that there wasn't going to be a problem. I was going to get to have, the child.
That's beautiful.
That I always prayed for. And see, I never could do this because I'm the worst person. I get teary-eyed.
But that's so natural. Don't worry. I wish I had tissue.
I always do that.
You're okay. That's part of the experience.
So right away I felt at ease, and I felt confident that there was not going to be one issue. I was going to have my baby. And sure enough, I did. And the process was quick for me the first time. And I had insemination, and thankfully, it worked on the second try. I mean, it was like a piece of cake. I had no problems. And then, as time rolled by, of course, I tried again for the second child. And we tried naturally, but it did not work. So came back again the second time. And again, Dr. Iserman assured me that, I was going to be fine. And I felt so at ease. Always the staff they just make you feel so comfortable throughout the whole entire process. And the second time around, I had to go through IVF because, it had already been a process going on, and it just it was almost 5 years later, so it got a little more difficult. And then I had IVF, and again, although, it is a process, the whole time I never doubted that I was going to have another child, because their confidence and the way they treat you and guide you through the process, you don't have a doubt. You just feel so at ease and comfortable. And, even though the process is a bit, it takes you up and down a bit, but I never thought twice, I'm going off track. That's not even what I wanted to say. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. That's perfect.
I keep repeating the same thing, but I had something else, but well, I wanted to say, because really the first time when I met Dr. Iserman and I sat in the office, this was when I was going to have my son. He right away said, he explained the whole process, and he said, your uterus is like a field, and he was going to just completely clean it and make it fresh, a fresh, start, and then, the whole process would continue. And since a lot of our troubles was on also my husband's side, it was a combination. He eased about the process for him. And, you know, and that gets a little more difficult because there's, you know, what they need to do. But both of it just matched up perfectly. I mean, they handled both of our, you know, each side of our situations. And like I said, within 2 months, we had my son. You know, we were pregnant, and again, 5 years later, come back with and have IVF for my daughter. And I'll never forget, you know, going through that process. They were always there for me. You know, whenever I was scared or I didn't know how to take a medication, you could call them and they just reassure you and guide you through it. I even had one of them come to my house, literally came to my house because of, you know, I was feeling scared. And they guided me through and got me through that little moment where I was like, you know, very nervous and you know, scared of the process, but they eased it and I got through it. And on the first try, I had my daughter. And I'll never forget that day that when they were implanting the embryos. You know, I already had my son, so I know the birth experience, but implanting those embryos, it was like I was giving birth. It was even more emotional. It was such a beautiful moment because, you know, going through that process and the way they made it seem, it was just like if I was almost giving birth at that moment, you know. And here I am, she's 15 years old, my son is 20, and healthy, beautiful babies. That I couldn't have been happier for this beautiful gift.
So what would you recommend other people who might be struggling with, you know, becoming pregnant? What would your recommendation be for them?
Well, I recommend, over 20 years, I've recommended many friends to come to IVF and South Florida Institute because I had experience not even just with the original, when I came with Dr. Eisenman, but I've been, you know, through the process I have been through with all of them. And there's not one that I wouldn't recommend, and I always recommend this institution because, not just because of their statistics and the outcome that are so positive, it's just their dedication to their patients and their ethics and the way they make you feel and ease you through the whole process. And it's like, I can't imagine going anywhere else to, you know, on such an emotional process that you need that support because it's not just physical, it's emotional, it's social, you know, psychological, and you need people that are caring and supportive and make you feel confident and build, you know, get you out of that, you know, negativity or you know, you want to be reassured, and you feel reassured here. And again, then they have the outcomes. So I tell everyone I can to come here immediately whenever they feel they're going through issues, and they will not be disappointed.
Thank you, Adrianne.
Well, thank you.
It's amazing how clearly you remember everything, and yes, it's been a long time, but it's still worth that kind of emotion.
It sure does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you know, like for every couple trying to go through this process, you know, you never think you're going to have that problem because it's so you know, life is supposed to be so natural, but all in all, it feels natural when you go through this process. And like I said, even almost more of a gift that you appreciate because, you know, you understand how difficult it could be and what a miracle it is, and they make that miracle happen.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you so much.